Okay, this is part 2 version of this one, but it's actually very, very different than you might expect. And then Fanny was like, ah! I thought I could do an impression of Tom Kenny, the voice actor of SpongeBob. Buff Bag was like, not facing the other way. Buff Bag looks surprised, and Fanny looks disappointed. Alright, Buff Bag says, it's okay, Fanny, I can help. And we can get a close-up shot of Fanny, still being like a beach ball. I am scared, Buff Bag. But then her face begins to sink. And Buff Bag says to Fanny, don't be scared, Fanny. And okay, Cloudy, go. Now you're going to be a balloon, Fanny. Okay, Buff Bag. And it looks like Buff Bag walks away. And Fanny breaks the fourth wall. Really, Fanny? Okay, we have a part 2 version of Fanny Inflation, and it's actually has Fanny, but still a balloon, just like a beach ball, just like a typical beach ball. And someone said Fanny. That's her name. Are you okay? Yeah, Buff Bag. I want to go back to normal. Okay, Fanny. And Buff Bag walks away, and then just like, are you ready, Cloudy? And then just deflates her, unlike the one I reacted to before, I guess. And Buff Bag was like, good, Fanny. And oh my god, Fanny, could you please stop breaking the fourth wall? That's illegal. And then I said, please do not do something to the kitchen. Alright. Oh, hi there, I didn't even see you there. Looks like I'm reacting to Fanny Inflation Part 5. And it looks like Fanny looks like she is evil. But then, does she feel like she's yawning or burping? She looks like she's burping still. Or, actually, she's just like inhaling the air. But then, Fanny became bigger and evil than ever. At least she isn't staring at us. Wow. Why is she so evil all the time? Probably because she hates everything. Alright, we have Ruby inflated air. And it starts off with Ruby inhaling some air until she actually becomes a balloon, like a starfish. And then she actually becomes angry at this, and a time card says, and it says, minutes after later starts inflating. It actually says the letter, apparently, and it just cuts to a white background, not even showing the character itself. I don't know about this, but Bubble, you should have been eating the yoyleberries. Because if you do, you might turn into plain middle. What the? Why is she just looking at the left and the right, but then just like happy about it? But then what? And then she tries to pick another one, but oh my god, she looks like she starts to choke. But then the color bars appear. And then she just ate all the yoyleberries except for what? Oh my god. She accidentally turns into the middle. And by the way, she looks like Bomby, except the gender is male and doesn't have a fuse. Wow. Probably because they look similar. Middle Ball looks similar to the Bomb character, although the fuse isn't there and it has like a different thing. Buff Bag Inflation, although she inflated. You can actually see the camera is actually zoomed into her, but then the camera zooms out. Just looks at the left, but then just like looks at the viewer, breaking the fourth wall. But then in the previous lane, she actually looks down. Just like probably hid like what? She actually feels it. And just like walks away bouncefully. But then she actually comes back in the frame. And just like waves at us, and we're cut to the first frame. This is most likely part 3, but this is actually pretty extremely crazy. Buffbag is actually laughing at this, while Fanny is like screaming. And it looks like, Fanny, it's okay. This is actually a different version of this. Okay, you're going to be good. The defense is actually a different Fanny actually notices this. Notices, just like a speech bubble of buff bag. Whoa. 40 at the right that I reacted before back in July. Watches her for some reason. And it looks like Buffbag have feedden Fanny into a yoyleberry. Is that a kind of battery for some reason? Is that a battery? It's okay, I'll change you back. And then the same thing happens with Cloudy. Good, Fanny, and then the end. But this time, Cloudy appears. At least they ain't breaking the fourth wall. If they did, I'm gonna be so mad. Lightning inflation, but this time a speech bubble says, "Hey, this isn't bad after all. This is very comfortable." What are you even talking about, Lightning? But there's a different version of him. But then there's a blue version of him. There's another version of him looking like confused. But then this one, she's like really relaxed at this. But then for this one, he is like very dizzy, like very unconsciousness about this. Wow. Alright, Trey is back and he's like very angry. But then something just got on his way in the process. It is bigger enough, and it looks like there's a cookie right there. Is that Needle? I bet I do not call her Needy. Don't call me Needy! What are you guys do? And then they started to inflate him in the process. Needle is actually inflating Tree for no reason. He looks at his belly before he actually becomes round as a beach ball. Isn't it just like magical build-up inflation I reacted before? And it looks like Cookie and Needle are actually rolling Tree. And it looks like a phone appears looking at it, but then just turns to the right, and then just like carefully walks away, and then we just get a shot of the Tree looking completely scared about this. Probably because, do you think, is that his dream, or is probably because it's like having a fever about this, and it looks like he has his fingers in his, and then he accidentally deflates. Wow. Actually became small, apparently. I thought he was going to turn into a dot, like an ant, and then Tree happily becomes back to normal, and then he just breaks the fourth wall! Alright, Fanny Billy Inflation Part 2, which is actually a standalone, part of the part series, and it looks like Flower's like drawing her day, but Fanny says Flower off screen, and then she looks at the text. Then, Fanny looks like flushed cheeks. Flower! Can I go to bed? Sure, Fanny. And then just likes. Inflated Fanny actually hugs Flower. And just like goes on her crib and then just like looks at it for a moment, but then she just likes feeling happy about it. She wasn't actually angry at all. She was just like happy about it. Just imagine if Buff Bag is breaking the fourth wall by saying, "Hey guys, see, yeah, I will actually be liking and subscribing you. I think I probably like this channel, probably because it's like pretty, just like just imagine Fanny has her own Wonderland. Taco Bell! Not actually though, it's just Bell inflation, just enjoying her day. Ow! She said. Probably because there's like a blue gum. And just looks at it and finds a blueberry gum. And Belle was like completely amused. And then she eats it. But then, panic stricken. There's a nose, or is it a dot? And then finally, it's getting bigger and bigger until she becomes blue. Wow. And then the belly starts to become bigger, unlike the one from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Wow. Marco is like staring at it for some reason. And it looks like she actually becomes big, but then scared apparently. Thinking that looks like she has probably like inhaled too many gases too much, except it's in a blue-fashioned way. Okay, Eggy water inflation. Here is Eggy, looking completely unamused. I'm bored. I should actually voice the characters, but then someone just got a water hose. Huh, what? Just like inflates Eggy. You can actually see the yellow spots. She starts to inflate. She looks like she's a big Easter egg. I should actually go out there and see her on April during Easter. She actually becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. What the? Who actually inflated Eggy? Thank goodness that's over. Huh? What? Who's poking it? Hey, who's poking me? Grassy! What? Grassy, stop poking my... The balloon cheeks and then water splashes. Whee! Said Grassy. He sounds like he's having a lot of time. He looks like he's swimming in a pool. It's just like, wow. Eggy. The end. Looking sad, staring at the camera.